Hey guys, I listened to a guy yesterday and he was talking about mentoring. He said, if you're a parent, you can't be a mentor to your children. Above all, if you're a parent, you better be a mentor to your child and teach that child everything, just like he's not your child. You know, no matter what your job is or anything else, it's good to teach them everything. What I'm getting at is when my kids was little, any neighborhood kids that their parents weren't spending a lot of time with them, I always took all these little vagabonds under my wing and taught them stuff, taught them anything I could, because you never know what you're going to teach a child that's going to change their life. Adult grown men and women are the same way. The littlest thing that you can do can affect someone's life and change it, or help them to change it for themselves without being pushy. You just pass along your knowledge. And it's not necessarily just truck driving knowledge, it's life knowledge. It's when you're mentoring someone, you mentor them in life. It's like back in the old days, the lady on the corner was a widow, she's poor, she brings her kid over here to you, and he apprentices for you in a way, right? Well, it's not the same now. You don't get a built-in slave, but you still got somebody you can teach. And us old guys need to share our information, specifically us old guys. You're not doing, I don't feel like I'm doing my job as a man if I'm not passing down my knowledge on things to a younger generation. Because so many people they're blinded by the forest, right? They can't see the road because the forest is in the way, and it's just 3 trees away, and they're there, but they don't know it. All right, now I got rain. Gotta have rain. That's all right. But like I was saying about mentoring, and I don't know what's wrong with my camera, but if you notice it on the first part of this, it looks like I'm talking in Chinese because my mouth and my words are not synced up. Oh well, so I should be. Mentoring is very important, and it's always been done, but people don't want to do it in our industry. I don't know. I think it's selfish of us. But I've made a lot of friends over the years mentoring, and then I've made a lot of friends that I don't stay in touch with anymore because they've grown to a point to where it's kind of hurtful, I guess. They don't need me anymore. They've made it on their own finally. But in the years that they did need me, I changed their worlds. I mean, I'm talking about hundreds of people, literally hundreds of people that I've mentored. Lots of them at the same time. I mean, people I meet and they'll like, oh, how'd you know that? And I'm like, oh, well, I've done it before or whatever. And then next thing you know, they're wanting your phone number. And I mean, I've got guys that I mentored 12, 15 years ago that still call me today, and because they still don't have enough confidence in themselves to know that they're right. So they still call me, and that's okay. I'm still mentoring those individuals. I mean, that's okay. But I don't know how you guys grew up. I didn't have any mentoring of any kind in my life. But I was capable at the things that I did. That didn't mean that in the beginning of my life I wasn't very unsure of myself, as a young man. I don't think I became sure of myself until I was, 27 or 28. I was doing what I was doing, and then I was doing everything well, but I didn't feel like I had confidence. I wasn't lost though. And that's the difference. It was a matter of repetition. Doing the same things enough and you'll become confident in it and very good at it. So that's how it's worked out for me. Now you might wonder, how can you mentor someone if they're not in your truck? Let's look at this from different angles. Say you drive a truck. You probably do. And you know people that ask you questions. Answer their questions without being sarcastic or an asshole to them, right? Just answer their questions and build their confidence that way. These same people that ask you questions, if they're younger people, they're also eventually probably going to ask you financial questions. And if you're the type of person that saves money or invests, you don't, like, I'm pretty reckless with my investing strategy. I'm not going to steer somebody in that direction. I'll steer them towards safe investments and things like that, because I don't want to destroy the money they have. Or if you're a gun enthusiast, same way. You meet kids or people that hunt. Or, I guess I did have some mentors in that way. Since my dad died when I was young, I started hunting with people, right? And I did look up to those guys. Those were the only guys in my life. But I outgrew them. Actually, I didn't outgrow them. Some of them ended up getting stupid drugs and stuff, so I cut them out of my list, right? I didn't need that as I got older. Same, if you're a musician, everything's not about money. It's not always about getting paid. Giving back. Mankind is built for service. We help each other. We give each other a hand up, just like that. And if you give hands up, you don't got to give hands out. If you understand what I'm saying. In a way, that's what this channel started out being, right? A way for me, since I spent so many years either training students or mentoring people individually, is that this channel started out as I was going to help people that way. But I'm one man. I can't help the world. And like RBT and his selling it through his selling his knowledge, right? Come on now, I know he's gonna bless that with a comment, but he is right in one thing. There's not enough hours in the day to talk to everyone. There's just not enough time. If I talk to everyone on the telephone that wants me to talk to them, and I would like to. I don't mind talking to people. I'd be on the phone. Truthfully, I would be on the phone from sun up to sundown, and I'd be getting calls at midnight. This is 100% true. Every morning, someone will wake me up, or every night. If I don't turn my phone off, it will ring. But they don't know when I'm in bed, right? They got something they want to ask, they're going to call. I learned a long time ago, I got to turn the phone off or turn it down. I don't like being that way, but I got to do it. But I have had an impact on people. And that feels really good to know that. I've had people's wives call me, women that I've never spoke to, and tell me, years later, how much they appreciate me talking to their husband. I don't get that. How can I have an effect on anyone? I can't. I can just try to guide people. That's what we do if you're a mentor. And you should look into it, guys. You don't got to look into it. Just do it. All you got to do is be personable, talk to somebody. You never know where it's going to go. A lot of people out there really need help in that way. Now, if you're a mess, if you are a hot mess and your finances are not in order, don't give anyone any information. Only give them the information that you do know to give. Don't ever feel ashamed to say, well, I don't know that. I don't, that's not in my scope of knowledge. I'll look into it. That's okay. Because you don't want to give bad information, right? It has to be perfect information. If you can't give perfect information, somebody gonna hate you, right? Oh yeah, look at that. Ain't that a lovely sight? That's what you get to see out here from the road. Just beautiful stuff every day. A total gift from God, or whoever you want to say it came from. But there it is. Today's light at the end of the darkness. Even though I'm going into the darkness further, you know what I mean though, right? So, go on and mentor somebody. You'll feel good about it. Put on a positive attitude. Don't be a dick. We'll all feel better for it. And do know this. Some of the people that want your help and want to be mentored by you, even though that's not what they're going to call it, they're just going to be there asking, are unhelpable. You can try to help some people, but they're still going to walk their own way and still come back and ask again and again and again and again. And sometimes you do have to cut people loose in that way if they're just wasting your time. You can waste years trying to help somebody out and it just be waste. And don't feel bad about that. That's not your less. You tried. You did what you could. All right. Talk to you guys later. Hope you guys enjoyed that beautiful rainbow.